audience. Through his scholarship and humility, he inspires devotees to deepen their understanding of Krishna consciousness. Really grateful and to have his grace, Harivamsa Prabhu. We will welcome by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Prabhu.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janvallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janvallabha Girivardhari Jashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janvallabha Girivardhari Girivardhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Harinam Prabhu ki Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे अनर्पितचरीं चिरात् करुणयावतीर्णकलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियं हरिः पुरटसुन्दरद्युतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे स्फुरतु वः शचीनन्दनः हन्ताय मद्रिरबला हरिदासवर्यो यद्रामकृष्णचरणस्पर्शप्रमोदः मानं तनोति सह गोगणयोस्तयोर्यत् पानीयसूयवसकन्दरकन्दमूलैः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I feel very honored and blessed to be amidst all of you. Thank you, Satyasar Prabhu, for extending the invitation and giving me the opportunity to serve you. We call it Hare Krishna Temple of Austin. And thank you for coming. This is Monday, but I think Prabhuji just announced Sunday, so it looks like Sunday. So thank you for taking out time. Time is precious, and I feel honored. We seek blessings of all our acharyas that we can speak something to please them and inspire all of us so that we move closer towards Krishna. Anyway, the topic is turning towards Krishna. And I must say, the deities are gorgeous. The turquoise, this is turquoise, right? Turquoise colored race. In Hindi, we call it Firoji. Right? So wonderful. And also Nitai, Gaur, Nataraj. Nataraj dancing Gaur Nitai. So they are exquisite. And thank you again. Hare Krishna. Well, Austin may be famous for many things, many companies, but when we were studying in IIT and then later in Stanford, we knew Austin as a college town. And I think that's true, isn't it? And the famous University of UT Austin, especially for computer science and electrical engineering, it's quite in the top 10, at least when we were applying. And I believe it's so the case even now. The colleges are famous, certainly, for the students who graduate, for the sciences which are taught, but none of this is possible if there are no, correct, 10 points, professors. What does professor mean? One who professes, right? Profess means declare boldly. What do they declare boldly? Maybe their sciences, their knowledge, but more important than that, they declare their intention and the conviction about the subject, isn't it? If you go to a professor who is hardly convinced about his subject, you won't get anything much out of it, isn't it? He's teaching with half-hearted teaching. That doesn't solve the purpose. It doesn't touch the heart. It may get the knowledge, but one will not be convinced about to go forth, isn't it? If that is true about the material science, how much so it must be true about spiritual science, the university of spirituality, isn't it? Because there the teachers and the acharyas not only deliver the shlokas, sometimes some of our teachers also say that let's not solve the psychological issues with shlokas. Quoting shlokas are the issues because it may not get solved. What is important is also to understand which shloka, when to apply, in what situation. So a teacher who is convinced, a professor of spirituality who is convinced about spirituality, who has anubhav, experience, can inject that, isn't it? That's why we say bhakti hops from the heart. It's a hopping mechanism. Vishnu Chakri Thakur also says, another professor of spirituality, that only Madhyam Adhikaris can bestow bhakti. Because bhakti is independent. What is bhakti? It's the energy of Sri Krishna. Krishna has many energies, but three are prominent. Sandhini, Samvid, Ahladini. Sandhini is the manifestation of the space which creates the ambience where things happen. Then Samvit is the energy to know things, awareness. And Ahladini is the energy to feel the bliss. When Ahladini and Samvit mix together, it is bhakti. Ahladini and Samvit, which means experiencing of the bliss, but being aware who is the Lord. And in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu terminology, this is called Shuddha Sattva Vishesh. What? Shuddha Sattva Vishesh. Kind of tongue twister. S, Sha, Sha. Shuddha Sattva Vishesh. Sattva we know. It's the best of the modes. Shuddha Sattva means it is beyond the Sattva and Rajas and Tamas. So that is Samvit. Shuddha Sattva. But there is Vishesh added to it. Just like, I don't know about in Andhra Pradesh, but in Gujarat, if you add sugar to the dal, then it is really a Gujarati dal. So Shuddha Sattva is the dal, and the sugar is Vishesh. My mother always complains, why do you put good in every sabji? I said, I was a Gujarati previous life. So that's that special. And on, I think in some other place, they put kokum or tamarind. So that's their Vishesh. So Shuddha Sattva Vishesh. This is what Vishnu Chakri Thakur says, bhakti hops. Hence we need acharyas with anubhav. And it is so wonderful, the orchestration of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna, that their dear associates only come as acharyas and professors. One such professor whom we will begin our discussion with, we all know and love him. He was the youngest of the 6 Goswamis. Who was he? Jiva Goswami. And he is so humble that when he would write his name, he will say, Likhati Jivakaha. Now, ka pratyay, when it adds to any word, it reduces the, just like roti. Rotika means a nanhi roti, a small roti. Rota means like a kilometer thick roti, long. Just like we have in Kota, kachodi. But if you go to Ajmer, you have kachoda. Because you have to sell it from grams. How many kachoda you want? 250 grams. You won't get it in pieces. But rotika means small roti. So he just tells, I'm just writing, I'm a little tiny jiva. Or was it a little tiny jiva? Oh, he wrote so many verses, so many original scriptures. And for us, he is the professor of our Gaudiya Siddhanta. He encapsulated everything together in a concise manner, especially, especially about his explanation of a very cardinal scripture of our Gaudiya Siddhanta. And it's right there in the altar. Anybody knows about that? Srimad Bhagavatam. So he wrote 6 books on Srimad Bhagavatam, which are known as Shad Sandarbhas. Sandarbha means a garland. So Sandarbha of Jiva Goswami is the garland of verses from Bhagavatam, topically arranged from topics, right? So that we can understand their meanings. First four Sandarbhas are about our connection with Krishna. It's called Tattva Sandarbha, which is about the Tattva, or which is the source for knowledge, Srimad Bhagavatam. Second is called Paramatma, which is about the Paramatma inside our heart. Third is called Bhagavat, which is about Bhagavan. Fourth is Krishna. Neat, as they say. Only Krishna. That 4 books are about Sambandh. And it is this Jiva Goswami who takes the entire Bhagavatam and extracts out the truth in very, as they say in Hindi, Sundar Sasta Tikau. In a very beautiful way, in a very quick, cute way, we can say, and stable way. It sticks with us, isn't it? His sutras, his Mahavakyas stick with us, isn't it? We like all Mahavakyas. Like Nike's Mahavakya is, just do it. LG's Mahavakya is, life's good, is it? Well, if you are in the temple and it's good. So we like Mahavakya. And His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, as I'm coming from Dallas, where you can feel his presence. Literally, we can feel his towering presence and all his disciples. And he used to say, he wrote PhD thesis on Srila Prabhupada. He said, there is a Prabhupada's Mahavakya also. Can anybody guess? Well, maybe that's Mahavakya number 2. We know it. Even the kids know it. Oh, okay, third. You know, that's what happens. Krishna is 108 points to you. Yes, Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is actually a translation of Bhagavatam's Mahavakya. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And isn't it, kids know it? Shyam Sundar Prabhu's daughter Saraswati would know it. She would go around, this is 1970s, tell people, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Jiva Goswami had this beautiful, we call it exegesis or the explanation. And in order to do this explanation, he used certain devices. Not these devices, some devices of explanation, right? Like many of us are in IT, isn't it? So we have what? Scrum, CRMs, what else? Agile, now agentic AI, that's new thing. We left the AI corridors long before. We went from AI to RI, real intelligence. After seeing MI in Vrindavan, you know MI? Monkey intelligence. Where they take off all the detachable things from you. So he had some devices, and these devices are important. And if we understand them, we'll be very easily able to grasp the meaning of any book. This is also called Mimamsa. Mimamsa means a way of understanding any book. So it's a 6-fold device. You want to hear about it? It's quoted by Jiva Goswami. So we repeat together. Upakramopasamharo, upakramopasamharo, abhyaso purvata phalam. First device is upakram and upasamhar. Upakram means beginning, opening statement. Upasamhar is the ending statement. So if we have to understand any work, look at what it begins with, what it ends with. Then second is abhyasaha. Abhyasa means Practice, in this case, it means repetition. We also call it vipsa, doharana, again and again, right? So that's what, if we see a particular concept is being repeated again and again, that might be the message. Shakespeare, how many of us have read? The kids have. No, nothing. I knew kids read it in the school. So they have the story of Romeo and Juliet. Only thing Vipsa or the Abhyas is Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, Juliet. So person said it's about Romeo and Juliet. The title is also Romeo and Juliet, isn't it? Then Apurvata. Apurvata means some newness, something which hits us. Oh, chamatkar, astonishment. Phalam, what it will offer to us, isn't it? Then Arthavado, Upapatti, Chalingam, Tatparya Nirnaye. Nirnaya means decide. Tatparya, we all know, purport. So in order to decide the purport of any work, these 6 symptoms are used. So we talked about first, which is beginning and the concluding statement. Second, repetition. Third, apurvata, newness. Fourth, what it has to offer, because what it has to offer will help us know, it's about that. Krishna Bhakti, it's about Krishna Bhakti. Then Arthavada. Arthavada is praise. Now in a book about holy name, what we'll praise? Coca-Cola? No. Holy name. Praise, right? And then Upapatti, logic. We'll give logic. Why should we do Harinam? Why should we read scriptures? Isn't it? So these are the 6 symptoms. And we can practically use this 6 symptoms to deduce the meaning of any work. Its opening and closing is like this. Its repetition is about this. Its praise is about this. Its newness and phal, it must be about a particular thing. So Jiva Goswami uses it. Out of these 6 things, we can very happily conclude that one of this is very easy to see. One of these 6 items, if we see that item or decide based on that item, we'll quickly get the meaning of a book. Can you guess it? Great, 216 points. Repetition, isn't it? How do we learn Narsimha-arti? Practicing? Do we practice Namaste, Namaste, Narasimha? No, right? We just keep on singing. Like in Narsimha-arti, there are many ho and aha, right? Sometimes we even get that right without even knowing the Sandhi rules. Namaste Narasimhaya. Ito Nirsimha Parato Nirsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Nirsimha. Now we may get all the things right also, but we haven't learned. Why? Repetition. In Hindi we call it kanthastha. Kanthe sthitaha. Kanth is, that's why Shivji is called Neelakantha. Kanthe sthitaha. Now if your thing is here, you can take it here to analyze, or you can take here to taste it. Isn't it? But if it is not here, it won't go up and down, isn't it? So many songs we remember, and then later we take it here to analyze or take it here to just taste it. And I think there is one song, I'm making a guess, and I think I'll be correct in that case, that all of us here, and maybe those even online, will have it almost kanthastha. And even maybe 10, 20, 30 years later, we remember this song. It's about a deity in India. And be you from any sampradaya or any background, any state, we know this song. Any guesses? Jai Jagadish Hare. Okay, that's number 2. It's about a deity who is a great devotee. Huh? Isn't it? Hanuman Chalisa, called the Nanima of all Chalisas, because it was the first Chalisa. So once, husband and wife are having a interesting conversation, means a fight, and then they decide to cut. It's always a good idea when something is happening, between family members. After a while, it can increase. So, beech mein cut distance, and then we'll come. So they did so, and then they went in their own rooms and come out, and the wife was beautiful and happy and calm, but the husband was morose. He's still replaying. So he asked the wife, "Why are you so happy? I mean, you're not remembering thing. Where did it go?" So she said, "I sang Hanuman Chalisa." So what happens after Hanuman Chalisa? She said, "Bhoot pishach nikat nahi aave, Mahabir jab naam sunave." Then what is the next? नाशे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर Hanumat Veera. So Bhoot Pikshach will not come naked. So everybody remembers this. How? Repetition, repetition, repetition. And if I wake somebody up who remembers it, or he's eating the prasad, and I tell him, say Hanuman Chalisa, he or she will recite Hanuman Chalisa and then go back eating the prasadam. It's in the Kanthastha. That's how we memorize it. And that's why scriptures repeat some things again and again and again, because it just sometimes doesn't get in. We call it sthuna nikhanana nyay. Nyay means logic. Nikhanana means driving or digging. Sthuna means a pole. The logic of digging a pole. How do? We dig it. Then we check, right, whether it has gone or not. Then we hammer again. Then we check. Has it gone? No. Hammer it again. And that's the reason. How many times, perhaps in all the lectures we hear, Jivera Shwarup hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. And it is like almost hammered down. In fact, daily when we chant, there is a aparad which we repeat. Even after hearing so many instructions in this matter. And that so many is also high decibel, right? Any Vaishnava who so many instructions in this matter. So it has to be repeated because it takes time. It has to seep in inside. That's why repetition is important in our studies or in spiritual life, to drive home a point. And repetition is done in two ways, directly or indirectly. Anvaya, Vyatirek. Direct, indirect. Do this and not do this. Isn't it? If we have to specify the importance of association, what we'll do? Do good association and do not involve in bad association. So much so that our acharyas have written songs about it. We know this song. Chaya bega do mi, chaya dosha shodhi, chaya guna deho dase. Don't have the 6 faults, have the 6 qualities. With 6 faults, with 6 qualities? We all know about Upadeshamrita. So there it says, Utsaha Nischaya Dhairya Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat. And what is it? Sangatyagat Sato Vrittehe. Not the association, bad association, but good association. So this comes in the gunas. Then it says doshas. What is the dosha? Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. Then janasangascha lolyamcha. Janasanga, don't do the sangha which will dampen the spirit of spirituality. Isn't like too many slaps from here, here. And that's important. That's our culture. So many, many things are repeated in our scriptures. In Bhagavatam, holy name, reading. But there's one specific thing which we want to highlight today, which Jiva Goswami highlights as the beginning step of the process of devotional life. We talked about, he wrote 6 main books. Tattva Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, Bhagavat Sandarbha, Krishna Sandarbha. This is about philosophy or the theory. The 6th is called Preeti Sandarbha. Preeti actually means a vishesh love, affectionate love, sneha. That's about prayojan, what we want to achieve. So first he's talking about theory, Sthamban. And last book, he's talking about what we want to achieve. Oh, bhaiya, how? In the middle, we should be told, right? How? First is what, third is why. In the middle, it should be how. So that's the fifth book called Bhakti Sandarbha. Process. Where the rubber meets the road, as they say. Process. And the first text of the process is about this point, which is the title today. Tat-sammukhyam, which means turning towards Krishna. How do we talk to a person? We turn, right? I mean, these days, of course, we use chat GPT or whatever, mechanisms. But then a good communication is sitting right in front, sammukh. Sammukh, not vimukh. Sammukh versus vimukh. And if we look at all our scriptures, especially Bhagavatam, this is an important theme. And that is why Jiva Goswami, in the beginning of Bhakti Sandarbha, is saying what? That has to be done. Turning towards Krishna. Now in Bhagavatam, who all are sitting in front of each other and talking? Great, you already have many points. Okay, more 108 points. And who else? Kardama and Pajapati. Yes, a fantastic mom and son pair. Who else? Are they talking like side by side in different rooms? Ha, ho gaya? Not like that, right? They're looking at each other. Then Narada to many devotees, isn't it? So I think we can change Bhagavatam's name to the Chronicles of, not Narnia, Chronicles of Narada. He's just coming sammukh and either cursing them or blessing them, but it's always a blessing. Then we have Vidura talking to Maitreya, Uddhava sammukh to Krishna. And in fact, they have used a word to graphically describe this sammukha, graphically. So imagine, and I had this experience, because we were on the student side of the table and the faculty side of the table. And when we were the faculty, it would be really painful to see a student sitting like Amitabh Bachchan with the shoes like that on your face and eating noodles. That's not sammukh, right? And imagine a student is sitting with, as Bhagavatam describes, anata kandharasya. What? Anata kandharasya. Jhuke hue kandhe. Shoulders which are bent. That's why when we go to receive instructions from Guru, it is bent shoulders, isn't it? Upanishad also means that. Sitting near. Bent shoulders. So even graphically, Bhagavatam is describing what? Sammukta, isn't it? Sammukhyam. If the Sammukhyam is not there, what do we have? Vimukta. Not towards Krishna. And Chaitanya Charitamrita describes it. How? Krishna bhuliya jiva. You have to keep this in the lab today. Okay? We are a team. Krishna bhuliya jiva. Krishna bhogavancha kare. Pashate maya tare. Jhapatiya kare. Excellent, like that. If it's okay. So, Krishna bhuliya jiva. Krishna has been forgotten, so we have turned away. And when we turn away, what happens? Bhoga vancha kare. The desire for bhog. But then will it be a free ride? Who is sitting nearby? Pashate maya tare jhapatiya kare. Such a graphic word, right? Jhapatiya kare. That's what happens, isn't it? Now you may say, come on, Krishna, that's too much. Can't you change the nature of Jiva? I mean, he should love you, right? But Krishna says, no. There is a free will to be either sammukh or vimukh. Because love happens through choice. cannot love a person at gunpoint, isn't it? So that's up to him. I don't want to meddle into changing the nature of any jiva, correct? So he can be sammukh or vimukh. Then he say, come on, Krishna, fine, but at least change the nature of Maya, that she doesn't do what? Jhapatiya kare. He said, no, I don't change the nature of Maya also. I don't meddle. Krishna is not a dictator, but he is an influencer. So he influences through the books like Bhakti Sandarbha, through Bhagavad, through Bhagavad Gita, changing the attitude of the jiva so that he is not Krishna bhuliya tumhare. He remembers Krishna. So Krishna influences and he is influencing us, isn't it? How we all came to bhakti? Somebody influenced us, isn't it? Either the book Bhagavad or the book Bhagavad or the person Bhagavad. So that from the Vimukta, we change to Sammukta. Because in Vimukta, there is fear. And fear is a dominant emotion in the material world. Bhagavatam says, Bhayam dvitiya bhiniveshatah syat. If we are invested in anything second, it's bhay. What is second? Anything second to Krishna. Anything away from Krishna. Vimukta to Krishna will result in what? Bhay. And isn't that the dominant emotion? If we ask the question, people, why are they even doing bhog vancha, and keep asking the why, ultimate why will reach where? Fear of? Fear, then final fear of death, isn't it? But in devotional life, at least we are praying for the realization that we understand that death is not a full stop, it's a comma. It's a comma. So the fear is triumphed over by faith. Faith triumphs over fear, just like Krishna killed Kamsa. And Kamsa represents material fear. I mean, he was super fearful. He was saying everything like, what? Krishna. So, ka, Krishna. That was anything ka. In fact, Ravan also. Not Ravan, Marich. Anything starting with Ra, he will think Ram only. He was so fearful. But Krishna killed Kamsa. Faith killed fear. So that's our hope. That's what Jiva Goswami is telling. Not Vimukta, but Sammukta. And in modern psychology also and other theological traditions also, this concept is profound. It's repeated even beyond our tradition. It's called buffered self versus porous self. What? Buffered self versus porous self. Let me explain. Our self is a part and parcel of divine, isn't it? Atma is a part and parcel of Paramatma. But we have created, through to sojourn in this material world due to various wrong choices and choices away from Krishna, buffers, where it's very difficult to access. Sometimes even the activity of looking at them might not be sammukta because there are buffers inside our mind. But if the sage comes or a book comes or some mercy comes, it can drill holes into that buffer. Drill holes, and then it will become what? Porous self. Then we can start accessing something. How many times it has happened we may go to a holy place and then feel, it's not getting it. It was, I was thinking I could get that connection but not getting it. And that thing, we cannot drill holes by even scholarly study. You know, there was a scholar, it's a true story. He was in Europe and he heard about Vrindavan and he thought it will be a wonderful place and things like that, but not connection with any devotee. And he goes to Vrindavan, takes a car ride, lands, opens the car door, and he was booted and suited up, right? No dhoti. So he lands, his feet lands on a hot, smoky, freshly made gobar. Gobar is cow dung, but it's hot, smoky, and freshly made. You know why? The cow just produced it moments ago. And I don't know if you know it, but in Vrindavan, that's a common sight. And he did this. This was the first crime. The second crime was that he was wearing socks. So, I mean, it really gets murky. It got murky. He took his feet back, closed the door, about turned, went to Delhi, took the flight back. It was such buffered self that even a cow dung created even further buffers. Buffered and porous self. And as a result of this vimukata, lot of anarthas then creep in. Basic anartha of pramad also. Pramad means laziness, spiritual laziness. Isn't it? Sometimes you feel, is it 108 or Hajara Mala? You know, there is in Braj, there is a concept of Hajara Mala. It has 1008 beats. And those who are Ramanandis who chant Ram, 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 I mean, it's very quick, right? So they don't chant, many of them don't chant on 108. They chant on Hajara Mala, 1008 beats. So sometimes you may feel like that is 108 beats or Hajara Mala. Spiritual laziness, pramad. And very graphically, one of the Braj poet has described it. So we'll sing that. I think the PDF has been shared by Prabhu. Have you in the group? So this is a very graphical song, and many of the Braj songs are perhaps direct. If we take Sanskrit verses of Rupa Goswami and these songs, they look so similar because all of them are people of the spiritual world. Same personality comes in different sampradayas in different way. Like Lalita Sakhi, he came in our sampradaya as Swarup Damodar Goswami. And in Nimbark sampradaya, he came as Swami Haridas, for whom Banke Bihari Lal appeared. So up there, they are one, they come in different sampradayas because different people might want different touch, isn't it? Roti here, chawal there. Dal north, sambar in south. Dal bati here, fafda here, Gujarat. Different flavors. So this author sings, Nacho bahut gopal ab main, Nacho bahut gopal ab main, Nacho bahut gopal ab main, Nacho bahut gopal. Oh Gopal, keep playing. Oh Gopal, I have danced a lot. How did you dance? Gopal is asking. That devotee is saying, I have danced a lot. He says, Kam krodh ko pahir cholna, Kam krodh ko pahir cholna, Kantha Vishaya ki mal, Kantha Vishaya ki mal. Oh, I am wearing the chunni, I am wearing the uttariya of Kam and Krodh. And my neck beads are Vishaya ki mal. It's these sense objects. Okay. What else do you have? What else do we wear in our feet? Ankle bells? So what are your ankle bells? Mahamoh ke nupur vajat, Mahamoh ke nupur vajat, Ninda sabad rasar, Ninda sabad rasar. Bhram bhayo man bhayo pakhavaj, Bhram bhayo man bhayo pakhavaj, Chalat asangat chal, Chalat asangat chal. He's saying that Mahamoh ke Nupur Baja, the ankle bells are made of Mahamoha. Okay. And what about your singing? Well, it's about criticism. Ninda Sabad Rasal. You know Rasal? Anybody knows what is Rasal? Anybody from Maharashtra here? Very sweet. What is Maharashtra? Mangoes. Mangoes. So Ninda Sabad's like, wow, mango. And Brahm, yeah, but Ninda is not yummy at all. Criticism is not yummy. And Brahm Bhayo Man Bhayo Pakhavach. You know, Pakhavach is an instrument like khol. Imagine he's telling, my mind has become a Pakhavach. Get me that, get me this, get me iPhone 5 and 6. 6 nahi, 20, 21. Then it will be having alpha, beta, gamma. It becomes Pakhavach. It's a very serious song and says, Chalat Asangat Chal. The chal is of bad association. That's it? No, no, it's not finished. Trishna nad karat ghat bhitar. Trishna na Nana vidhi detal. Nana vidhi deta. Antar ghat is like, in we all, I think arangetrams are quite famous, right, in US. So sometimes they have the matka arangetram, right? They play. I am amazed. How do they not break it? But they play it. So he's saying my interior is like that ghat. And who is playing in the ghat? Trishna, not Krishna. Trishna, the hankering. And then what happens? Nana vidhi de tal. Sometimes the tal is drupad, sometimes it is vilambit, sometimes it's drut. Isn't it? Or is it only me? It happens with us. Hence, the author is quite, quite perceptive here. And then he says, Maya ko kati pheta bandhyo, lobha tiyak, tobha tilak diyo bhal. This tilak is lobha tilak. And then he says, कोटिक कला काछि दिख राई जल तल सुधि नहीं काल. There is no remembrance of what is jal, what is thal. It's completely bewilderment. Now the author reveals himself. सूरदास की सबय अविद्या, सूरदास की सबय अविद्या, दूर करो नंदलाल, दूर नंदलाल. नाचो बहुत गोपाल, अब मैं नाचो बहुत गोपाल, अब मैं नाचो बहुत गोपाल, अब मैं नाचो बहुत गोपाल. So what's the way out? Way from to become Sanmukh from Vimukh. The formula is very simple. What do we have? What do we have with us? This body. People have Tesla in US. In Hindi we used to have a paheli. Titar ke do aage titar. Anybody had? Titar ke do piche titar. Batao kitne titar. So last year when I was traveling, we had a fun time. Tesla ke do aage Tesla. Tesla ke do piche Tesla. Batao kitne Tesla. Are unginat. But even if we don't have Tesla, we have a BMW, correct? Body, mind, words. That's the only thing which we have. So from Vimukh to Sammukh, it is engagement of body, mind, and words. Wherever there is a slack in which the engagement is not there, something will enter. Vimukta will enter. Even if we work, that has to be done with a proper intention in the mind that somehow it is connected with Krishna consciousness. I am working so that I can stabilize my family, so that there is no issue about roti, kapda, makan, so that there is no issue about the basic needs, so that I can practice peacefully. Isn't that an intention connected with Krishna consciousness? But if that is out, then something else will enter, isn't it? Controllership mentality. Engagement is so important. And engagement need not be front end, as we were talking. Can be back end. You're just talking. I know one Mataji, and I always tell her, Mataji, you read Bhagavatam for folks in the womb to the tomb. Because whenever some Mataji is carrying, she will have a one-on-one call with them, reading Bhagavatam to her and to the baby inside. Now, it is quite possible after 40, 50 years that baby may grow up to be a guru, a sannyasi, a great leader, a prime minister, but we may not recognize who did so, isn't it? But isn't her contribution sort of like Chavanni? No, it's $1 million, $1 billion, isn't it? So whether it is front end or back end. And at least one thing is for sure, Krishna will reciprocate with her and give her that taste in the heart, isn't it? And she would be what, Vimukh? No, Sanmukh. So our body, mind, and words, we can figure out our own niche, our own niche, our own creative contribution in devotional life. Could be making garlands, could be making Medu Vada, could be making deity dressing, could be speaking, could be recording, could be anything. Something where we feel touched towards. And you know what will happen? Not only it will help us turn Sanmukh, but it will help our chanting and reading also. Because we feel I'm contributing something significant, even at the back end or at the front end. And the life will be joyous. I'll wake up next morning with some exuberance, isn't it? One of our great teachers in Krishna consciousness, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu, we heard about him. He, in late 1970s, he visited St. Charles Borromeo Seminary, that's in Philadelphia. It's in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. It's a place where Catholic or Christian priests are trained, like our GBC college. And there, he was asked to give a talk about, you will like this thing, he was asked to give a talk about revelation. Like holy names, isn't it? So he asked them, why don't we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he was shocked. These 40 people or whatever, 30, 40 people who were sitting in the audience, they chanted with such feelings. Doesn't it happen sometimes when we preach to some newcomers and we feel, hey, where did I lose my enthusiasm like them? Because they have not yet come into the domain of aparadh. So they chanted very well and he thought these are special souls. So he started talking to them about revelation and the holy name. And then he came to 4 regulative principles. And then I started moving here and there. Feet started shuffling and they started doing like, and then they monitor, the person in charge cut the class. I was thinking, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu, he writes this in an article, I'm shortening it, saying, why? Then one of the person who was the attendee there started smoking. So later Ravindra Swarup Prabhu asked him, why do you need that? Can't you go away from it? So smoking is one of the 4 regulative principles, baking one of the 4 regulative principles, right? Intoxication. Yeah. So he made a comment saying that, if I can just go, I'm just paraphrasing it, if I can break the another regulative principle, then I would not need smoking. What does that mean? They want to do something, but there is nothing to do. And Ravindra Swarup Prabhu says, it's not proper engagement of the body, mind and senses. So it will go directly to the default position. So immediately felt, let's take all these guys, fill them up in the van, take them on the street and do what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But he couldn't do so, right? So, engagement of body, mind and words is important. That's the first thing. We have to figure out our niche. But that's not alone. That's the first step. Second thing is to imbue it with loving emotions. Somehow we have to figure out by hearing, reading, associating those where we have that chemistry match so that some loving devotion comes. It's just not mechanical. We start developing feelings for Krishna and Radha or Vrindavan, holy name, anything. Now the question comes, how? Can you tell one Sundar Sasta Tikau mechanism of developing that loving feelings? Well, yes. There are many such. Holy name is one. But today we can explore about the songs, devotional songs, like the song we heard. Isn't it very graphic? But now we can remember. Next time we are angry, what we'll say? Kam krodh ko pahir cholna. Or we are having too much illusion, then we can look at our ankle bells and say, Mahamoha ke nupur bajat. Like that, devotional songs are not like ChatGPT. Tomorrow I have to post it on Facebook and I need to get 100,000 likes. So why don't you write a song? They don't write like that. Tukaram Maharaj was not writing like that. Narottam Das Thakur was not writing like that. They were ecstasies of their heart. Or Prabhupada also, his Bhaktivedanta purports, his songs also. And all these acharyas are writing these devotional songs, so many of them. Now from Maharashtra, what he sings is exactly what Narottam Das Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also singing. Our Tukaram says, Goda tuze rupa, Goda tuze naam. Beautiful is your song, word, your sweet is your name, sweet is your face. Sancharoni rahi hridaya majhe. Only that Vithala Rukmini portrait should be in my heart. And what does our Acharya say? Mama mana mandire rahanishi din. What? Krishna Murari, Shri Krishna Murari. Same idea, isn't it? And we go back to our Jiva Goswami with whom we began the discussion with. I have 5-10 more minutes to go. 15 minutes are there? Oh, mala mal. Because I thought I have to end at 8. Okay, thank you. So, Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is such an acharya who can write sandarbhas. He wrote 6 sandarbhas. He wrote 400,000 verses. And sometimes his writing can be very terse. He writes in pronouns. You know, some of us also talk in pronouns. Prabhu, that thing should be given to him for that purpose. Now, big issue. Who is that? Who is him? And what is that purpose? In Hindi, we have wo personality. Prabhu, uska wo ho gaya. Wo kya hai, uska kya hai, what is that? All of us will know at least one person who talks in pronouns. Now, Jiva Goswami thinks perhaps everybody will have basic knowledge of, figuring out which reference he is referring to. So he writes in tasya, tasya, tat, tasmin. Ayyo, too much. But he's such a genius also that he can write devotional songs in simple Sanskrit. Simple Sanskrit. So he wrote a book, Gopal Champu. And in Gopal Champu, we not only have prose, not only have poems like slokas, but we also have songs. So the gopis come and the Krishna is born and they are telling to Mother Yashoda or to Krishna, Pahi chiram vraj kumara, Pahi chiram vraj kumara, Asmanatra shisho sukumara, Shisho Sukumara. Pahichiram. Keep playing. Pahichiram. Protect for eternity. Who? You protect us. Braj Raj Kumara. Who is Braj Raj? Oh, wow. You can multiplex quickly. And Kumar? Caught you. Braj Raj is Nanda. And Kumar is son of Nanda. Minus 108. Okay, 108 given for accepting. Then they are saying, Druta tara vridhi samriddhi gatena, Druta tara vridhi samriddhi gatena, Sambhavatad bhavata bhimatena, Sambhavata abhimatena. Oh Krishna, get bigger soon and soon and soon. Drutatara, increase, And anyway, that's what Krishna does, right? In 3.5 years or 3 years, 4 months, he's like 5 years. In 6 years, 8 months, he's like 10 years. In 9 years, whatever, 12 and like that. Khate pite ghar ke hain wo. But maybe it is because of these prayers that you increase and then protect us. Sprihayamaste hasita mukhaya. Sprihayamaste hasita mukhaya. Angana sangata ringa sukhaya. Angana ringa sukha. We want to see, sprihayamas, we desire to see your beautiful face. Now, these poetries are creating imagination in our head, isn't it? They are all standing, praying. That's the power of these songs. And Angana Sangata, in your Angana, in your courtyard, you do ringa. What is ring? Ringna, crawl. And then Gobalavali Lumalambi Gobalavali Uma. Do you know the meaning of loom? Tail. So they are talking, oh, quickly grab the tail of the calf. We want to see that. And then you want to see that too, right? Krishna holding that. It's nice. Chalanam tava valatama vilambi. Chala valatama vilambi. So they are praying like this. And saha gos shavaka gamaramanena sukhaya sihanta kada kamanena. When will you go to the forest with your friends? All anxiety. And then they say, Go gana charana viharana masya satu pashet varabhagyam yasya. Your vihar with go and the friends, only that person can watch who has varabhagyam, who has great fortune. So such are the songs. First way, these songs from different cultures and different languages, who can invoke in us a picture of what's happening. And then we can have loving feelings, isn't it? Then we even see a child trying to catch the tail of a cardboard cow. Then we can think about what? Krishna. So the first way of turning sammukh is engagement of body, mind and words, better under direction. And second, infusing it with loving emotions. How do we infuse it? First, through devotional songs, investing in them. And second, through, see what is happening with these songs. Not only we are hearing, but we are imagining something, isn't it? How about that imagination comes in front of us? And I think Radha Vinod Prabhu will relate with it. The science of drama. Isn't it? Drama. A second way of infusing us with loving feelings. Where people are most attentive, class or drama? Ubiquitous. Or in the modern world, where people are more attentive, in a lecture or movie? They may sleep, there they're awake. So dramas. Why? Because it is Shravya, hearing, and Drishya, we see it also. And it's a very Purana tradition, very old tradition. It is said that Natya Shastra was created because Indra went to Brahma and said that these people are all doing time pass. Kali Yuga is coming. Discover a science, invent a science so that it will be entertainment also and learning also. So Brahmaji created a Pancham Veda, Natya Shastra, and made Bharata Muni its professor. So today we are talking professors, right? Bharat Muni was the first professor of Natya Shastra, but we are, okay, pranams to Bharat Muni. For us, the first professors of Natya were gopis. Why? Because when Krishna left them in the Rasa Leela, what did they do? Leela bhagavatastasta yanu chakrus tadatmika. They became like Some became like Putana, some became Krishna. Some became Shakatasur, some became Mother Yashoda, some became Krishna. So they are enacting all the pastimes. They were the actor number ones, isn't it? Actresses, isn't it? So first parampara of acting is coming from. Then 500 years ago, Mahaprabhu also acted. Mahaprabhu, when he became Lakshmi ji, his Maya cannot figure it out. Who is he? Such beautifully dressed. And it is said, we repeat together, Prabhu prema veshe, Prabhu prema veshe, Koren gana nartana, Koren gana nartana, Kabhu bhava veshe, Kabhu bhava veshe, Ras leela nukarana. This word is significant. What it is telling, Prabhu in Prema Vesh, he was doing Gan. What is Gan? What is Nartan? Dance. Good. 200 points. Gan and Nartan. And then he was doing in Bhava Vesh, Ras Leela Anukaran. This is a significant word. This describes the tradition of drama. The slok comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anukaran means imitation. Leela means pastime. Ras means dance. So it's the anukaran of the dance and pastimes. So Rupa Goswami also wrote plays. Vidagdha Madhav, Lalita Madhav, Dan Keli, Kaumudi. Isn't it? And so many other authors wrote songs. And Hote, 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 Hote in Vrindavan, 16th and 17th century developed this tradition of Ras Leela Anukaran. Now, if you go to Vrindavan, especially in this season, now here is a lot of garmi. Reminds me of Vrindavan, but some rimjim has started happening in Vrindavan. Shravan season has come. Shravan and Bhadrapad, these 2 months, are known in Vrindavan to attract people from all over India to watch what? Ras Leela Anukaran. These are open theaters. And all the actors are males. Have to be less than 16 years of age. But, they are boys. And some boys can be khate pite ghar ke. So oftentimes you'll find that Krishna and Radharani are like this. And Lalita is like this. And Lalita just screams, "Hey Krishna, Baho kyun karyu maar rahe ho hai?" Sorry, Braj Bhasha. Baho kachu kyun maar rahe ho? Why are you hitting her? Why are you teasing her? So you feel like, Lalita, little hole hole. But it is still beautiful. In fact, these actors are considered to be swarups. Swarup means people worship them as Radha and Krishna. This is the unique tradition of Vrindavan. And they all are done in Braj Bhasha. Rupa Goswami and all other Sanskrit shlokas and writings are taken and kind of put into Braj Bhasha. So we look at one. Krishna is going to the gopis and asking them, "I am the best milkman. So give me all of your cows to milk." Now this is an act happening. Not only we are singing, they are enacting in front of us. That's why I'm telling, this is drama, another mechanism, a powerful mechanism of infusing loving devotional feelings in our engagement by BMW. Body, mind, and words. So what is Krishna asking the gopis? Give me all of your cows. So what are the gopis saying? Kaun duhave gaiya tope, kaun duhave gaiya. Gaiya tope, kaun duhave gaiya. See, we saw today, keep playing, Braj songs, Marathi songs, a Sanskrit song of Gopal Champu, Bengali song by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and here is a Braj song in which they are enacting and they are saying, Kaun duhave gaiya? Who will get their cows done milked by you? Why? Give me the reason. Krishna is asking them why. They say, Karo rang arukari kamariya, karo rang arukari kamariya, bidak jayegi gaiya, bidak jayegi gai. You are a Shamvarn. You are wearing a Shamvarn shawl. Our cows are also Shamvarn. Identity crisis. Bidak jayegi, they will run away from you. That's the only reason? No, they gave the second reason. Man kahun aur, chit kahun aur, man kahun aur, chit kahun aur, dhar par al gaiya, dhar par al gaiya. He's saying your mind is somewhere else, your heart is somewhere else. In fact, there's a deep philosophy here. Krishna may dance with gopis up in the Goloka, but he is interested in us also. Mana kahun aur, chitta kahun aur. Isn't that good sign? Otherwise, we'll be of those tradition. Krishna has made the world forgotten about us. So let's forget about the God also. No. Man kahun aur, chitta kahun aur. He may be dancing there. Mugdh. Vishnu Chakri Thakur says, Mugdh there, but Sarvagya, he knows about us. Isn't that a hope? Everybody is in his radar. How much ever front end or back end we are. Is that the only reason? No. Now comes the main reason. आधो दूध जाए मटकी में, आधो दूध जाए मटकी, और आधो गटकैया, आधो गटकै. People know about gatakaiya. Gatakna is like swallowing. So imagine a shopkeeper. I knew some shopkeeper. You go to them and they will give you the things, but after a while they'll open kaju and pop it into their mouth. So not getting bhoga, you're getting prasad. So the gopis are saying half you are making it fall in the matki and half you're drinking. Who will get the cow's milk through you? Nobody. So this drama is happening in front of us. And then Suni Suni Vyang Bachan Sakhiyan Ke, Suni Suni Vyang Bachan Sakhiyan Ke, Kana Mulat Kaiya, Kana Mulat Kaiya. Sometimes when your mom, when our mothers don't let us do what we want, then we do like this, right? So Krishna is doing it like that. Mool atakaiya. But they don't want to have Krishna sad, isn't it? And sakhiyan bali bali jaiya, as they do, right? Now in the end, they change the grammar. First they were saying what? Kaun duhave gaiya tope. Now they changed it. And in the end they are saying, को न दुहावे गैया, को न दुहावे गैया. Got it? Kaun means who. Kona is who will not. So first they say, but they saw Krishna is sad. He is anxious. So what did they do? Kona, who will not. So such drama can infuse us with feelings, and it then goes in a drama, enters into a drama in our head, and then it's easy to turn Sanmukh. That's what Jiva Goswami is prompting us to do as the first step in the process of bhakti, turning towards. And isn't that we are also doing that as we are reaching out to others? Janma Sharthak Kori Kora Paropkar. We are also trying to share, influence others to become from Vimukh to Shanmukh. And that's our prayers also. Finally, when we are fully Sanmukh, that's the perfection of our life, isn't it? However, one thread, whatever we do, whether it is BMW or devotional songs or drama, one thing should be constant, which will make all these efforts successful. What's that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If we have time, we can take questions, comments, reflections. We can questions, comments, reflections, suggestions, songs, dramas, even reflections, what stuck with you, which you'd like to take home with you. And
Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to
even any reflection, something,
questions or comments?
some word of a song stuck with you, I'm sure. That'll encourage me. Or I'll volunteer the kids. I gave so many points. That was on for free. Something stuck with you?
The song that you were singing about the different ornaments, like the tilak of Lobha, and
Tilak of Lobha. What else?
and like the cloth of anger and
Wow, she remembers.
Krishna.
Good. Thank you. 1008 points. More? Any other thoughts, reflections? Anything we struck? Yes, Prabhu. Mo latakaya.
So I was just trying to reflect. Here we are, and you also spoke about the Sanmukh and the Vimukh. So in our case, I think we are the ones who are more atakaya because we are the ones who are Vimukh. But as soon as we become Sanmukh, I think that Mulatkaya will become like a eternal bliss.
Wonderful. Thank you. Such wonderful realization. And isn't that thing, this whole thing sticks with us? Kana ki, nahi, suni vyang bachan sakhiyan ke, hearing these taunting things by the sakhi, kahana mu latakaiya. Phir, kahana ki ye mu latakani par, seeing the hanging of the face of the Kana, they are bali jaya, means they are, okay, we are sold out. So hopefully one day we'll be sold out. Okay. Yes. More thoughts? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
That
Krishna.
was such an amazing class.
Thank you.
When you asked how much time is there and if it's only 5 minutes, I didn't realize it's already an hour. That's amazing. And I really like the point that you made, in the song that Manakaha or Chittakaha, where you said Krishna is there for everyone. That was so heart-touching. And recently I heard in another class where Prabhu said, you belong to Krishna and Krishna belongs only to you.
Yeah.
So when we have that thought, the devotion
Yes.
increases so much more.
Yes, actually this point is raised in a book, small book called Raga Vartma Chandrika by Vishnu Chakri Thakur. On the Rag mark, Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu just writes 3 shlokas. But Vishnu Chakri Thakur expands it. And after all, in tradition, we understand Vishnu Chakri Thakur to be, it's not somewhere, but in Bhakti Ratnakar, maybe it comes, he's an Ansh of Rupa Goswami. So he expands this and he asks the question, hey, Krishna is busy up there dancing. Is he worried about us? So he tells this, Krishna is at the same time Sarvagya, at the Mugdha also. So he's Mugdha while he's eating the lunch with the devotees or dancing with the devotees, but at the same time Sarvagya, individually. So thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I have a question. Do you have any advice for us of how, managing day-to-day life with the work and family and devotion? Like any best practices that you can tell us in Krishna consciousness?
Hare Krishna. Well, we all have to figure out our own, as you were saying, our own niche. But what I have understood is simple but consistent. So, reading, for instance, now in household life, if you have young kids and a lot of duties, it's tough. We may not get a lot of time in stretches to read. But then we can, okay, embrace that and read in the middle, maybe five minutes. So 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes a day. Keep it consistent. And then it will generate compound interest. Not principal interest, compound interest. It will compound over the time. And then, give you a simple example. Let's do a simple math. 18,000 verses in Bhagavatam. It takes, say, half a minute to read one verse. How many minutes? Into 18,000? 9,000. 9,000 minutes, okay? And if I do 30 minutes a day, suppose, mota moti, 300 days. 1 year Bhagavatam done. Correct? And purports you can come later on, because sometimes I have seen devotees, they are reading Bhagavatam and same purport they are stuck. Third canto, then again go back to first canto. So sometimes to get the momentum, maybe we can read the entire, take a whole expanse and then come back. But isn't that gratifying and accomplishing? Then Chaitanya Charitamrita says 11,255 verses. We can do a similar math. Maybe 8 months Chaitanya Charitamrita done, if we have not. Like that, I think we can conquer small, slowly, but consistently. So that about reading, similarly about chanting, and similarly about finding a niche. Initially, we don't understand our niche, and then our seniors have to guide us. But over the time, I think our personality, we start knowing, right? It starts appearing, oh, I'm made for that. I may be doing this well. It's very good. By talking to others or by discovering ourselves, when we can figure out that niche, and even if that is small amount during the day, that will energize us because we are doing according to our nature. I have seen those devotees who have found that they are halka phulka and stable because they found it, right? And it need not be fronted. It need not be about comparison with those who are doing, isn't it? It's not everybody doing AI, right? This world is now changing so much. Everything is getting normalized to AI, which is fine. We have to walk or ride the bandwagon, as they say. But in devotional life, there could be varieties. So finding the niche and finding our own simple yet consistent practice. That's what I think. And does that help?
Definitely, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. More thoughts? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare.
Wonderful class.
Thank you.
I really like a lot of points actually, but the Jiva Goswami's Tattva, the
6
Sambandha,
points.
6
6
books,
points.
6 points. I really liked that
Yeah.
one. I have a question on buffered self and
Buffered
porous
self
self.
and porous
Actually,
self.
I was like, you gave example, but I was kind of confused.
Okay, let me explain again. Buffered self in the sense between me and Krishna, I have created many buffers, many layers. So that's why myself, although it is Atma connected to Krishna, it is as good as buffered self. No voices coming. Saints may come and walk by, no awaj. Krishna is whispering because man kahun aur chit kahun aur, no awaj. Nothing is coming. Why? Because too many layers. Sometimes yadrichaya, as they say, yadishtaya, by great fortune, some devotees come, they drill the hole. So few holes are drilled. And then what happens? Some sound starts to appear. And then entire thing becomes porous. So it's better to have porous self than buffered self, which is exactly the same way of saying Vimukh versus Sanmukh. Does that help you? Okay. More thoughts, very, very nice reflections and questions. Yes.
Prabhu, wonderful class. So I couldn't get in the starting you said Hladini plus Samvit is Bhakti.
Bhakti.
Can you help?
Yeah. So Bhakti Devi is a personification of Bhakti energy, correct? Krishna has Shaktis. So this Bhakti, what is this Bhakti Shakti? This Bhakti Shakti is the transformation of a mixture of Samvit Shakti and Hladini Shakti. Krishna is Sandhini Shakti, correct?
Yeah.
Which is the existence. Samvit of knowing spiritual truths. Haladini of being able to be receptive and increasing spiritual bliss, correct? Samvit and Haladini, when they mix, a special transformation is Bhakti Shakti. Because it's important, right? We do bhakti with in that bliss, and we should be aware also. This is also a deep philosophical point. The sweetness of the Krishna must rest on some knowledge of greatness of Krishna. What? Sweetness of Krishna, that experience must rest on the knowledge of greatness of Krishna. Like we are all talking. And like, Krishna also does like that. So what is different between you and Krishna? Krishna is great. He can take Trinavarta up in the air. Can anybody of you do? No, right? Yeah. So greatness, on which sweetness, Aishwarya, on which Madhurya. So this awareness has to be there, right? So that is Samvit and Aladin. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Like he killed Sputna. Now can anybody kill anybody can kill anybody by just sucking the milk? Better not happen in the material world, right?
Yes.
So that's actually greatness, but it looks like, oh, he just went and he just sucked the milk and she died. No. Back end, many softwares were running. Aishwarya softwares, isn't it? Yeah.
Any other questions?
Any other comments, reflections from our special guests here? Any other thought, any other reflection, anything which stuck with you? Oh? Okay, Mataji.
Yes.
I like the point Abhyasato Harana. Repetition is very important to learn scriptures.
Yes, abhyas again and again. And sometimes you have to do abhyas of, they say, right, back to basics. Again and again, kind of come back. Like when the struggles come in our life and we are shaken, come back to the basics of chanting and reading and hearing, like that. Doing again and again abhyas. Thank you. More thoughts? Anything? Huh? Yeah. Keep practicing. Yeah. That's so true. I think I heard from His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu that if you don't practice, maybe violin, he was giving example, violin could be for dance also. If you don't practice for a day, your teacher notices it. You notice it. If you don't practice for 2 days, your teacher notices it. If you don't practice for 3 days, world notices it. Isn't it? Because first, if we are not chanting, maybe we notice it. Oops, missed it. Then maybe 2 days, few days, near ones will notice. Then everybody will notice. What happened? Face is the index of mind, isn't it? So abhyas is so important in all the fields. Thank you. Very nice. Any other? Yeah?
On the topic of abhyas, like we do the Bhagavatam for half an hour every day.
Perfect.
But sometimes when I come to the 5th chapter, I feel I've forgotten the first and the second.
You mean the Gita or
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam, or 5th chapter of every canto.
Yeah, in of the 5th canto we are doing, I feel that,
fifth.
I am forgotten the...
Yeah, 5th canto is interesting one. Well, it's okay. You want to say something more? Yeah.
No, it's just that sometimes I feel that, okay, I'm doing it, but if I can't, I should go back and again start. But then I feel that I won't go forward.
Yeah. Actually, we hope and pray that it's not just one time we get to read Bhagavatam. We hope and pray it's not just one time. And in fact, Bhagavatam understanding also goes in a spiral like this. We go deeper and deeper with every reading. New things start emerging because Bhagavatam is a person. It reveals the meaning. It reveals the connections. So it's okay. Read it, then again read it, then again read it like that. And that's our hope. And If we start doing 30 minutes every day for 40 years, we'll have read Bhagavatam 40 years and we will memorize it. I'll give you one example. Um, and this is another practical thing which you asked, just I remembered. You know, Indra Prabhu, the Indra Prabhu of Vrindavan, he would worship his deity for 4 hours daily. He had like 2,000 Shalagram Shilas. So he would worship, and one of his associates, Ram Roy Prabhu, who now is in New York doing daily 6-hour kirtan, I think, right? So Ram Roy Prabhu would read all the Goswami literatures for him. Now this is for years and years and years. So much so, just by hearing again and again, he memorized it. So now you can see the juice, right? If we memorize it, how much we can play around with it just by simple hearing, and he is doing his deity service. So sometimes again and again. And recently, that's why I'm coming to that practical point. Some of the Maharajas have done audio recording of the books. So now as moms, as parents, everything, we have so many things. But there are many mechanical works, cooking, driving, gardening, what else? Laundry, plugged in. So we can hear, say, Lalit Madhav, Vidak Madhav again and again and again. And then what will happen? We'll figure out what's the plot. When does Krishna go to Nav Vrindavan? When Nav Vrinda comes? When Radharani comes? Won't that be amazing? People remember Sholay story. Because for 27 years, 27 years they're watching. Oh, not Sholay, DDLJ. It ran for the longest years, somebody told me. But they remember, isn't it? How about if we remember the entire thing? And it is possible. Karat karat abhyas ke jadamati hot sujan. So, Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj, that's what I'm coming to. He has recorded many of the Goswami books, like beautiful music. And behind all the flute song is playing. He's recorded Vidak Madhav, Lalit Madhav, Gopal Champu, Anand Vrindavan Champu, Chamatkar Chandrika. Pure nectar, smoothie, nothing to digest. And imagine we can keep hearing them, and they're beautiful also. When it says Krishna plays the flute, flute comes. So you can find that on ISKCON Desire Tree. Then there's Amala Bhakta Swami Maharaj. I know some small girls like you, when their moms would make the choti, and the moms will play the Krishna book, and every day the choti has to happen, maybe many times a day, because we do it. So imagine 3 times a day for 10 years, she heard it. She memorized Krishna book just by hearing. Amazing, no? We also can do it.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
So again and again, and move forward. And actually it is nourishing our soul. So it is doing the magic. Okay? Okay. More questions, thoughts, reflections? Anybody in the balcony? Balcony? Okay, we end here. Okay, thank you for your kind attention. Hare Krishna.
So,
oh, yes, I can say a few words. So, we were talking about the main course, right? Srila Prabhupada books, Acharya books. Sometimes with the main course, chutney is needed, right? Like doing little. Today we had, Mataji had the gongura chutney. So these 2 books are like chutney. It might increase or add flavor, and we can develop. That's my prayer, appreciation for Srila Prabhupada's books. This was in 2023, Horizons. It's a short story collection, fictional short stories, but set in holy places. Vrindavan, Chitrakoot, Nathdwara. The longest story is set in prehistoric times, in Treta Yuga, in Ayodhya and Lanka. The story is called Lankan Architect, in which the person is an architect in Lanka, and he's deciding to go on this side or this side, Ravan side or Ram side. So, but none of the history has been tempered with. It's exact Ramayana, which was written by Valmiki. So that's a way of presenting like Bhakti Vinod Thakur Jaiva Dharma. And this book was released few months ago. It's called Forest of Love. It's a novel. It's a novel. You read Harry Potter? No? Nobody reads it. Nobody reads. Okay, okay. Fine. Do you read Jaiva Dharma? No. Alice in Wonderland? No. Peaceable Forest? No. Okay, I'll think more about it. Ramayana series by Shubhila? No. Yeah, okay, okay. So this book is a novel in which we have tried to showcase the construction of Vrindavan in 16th century. How Mughals, Rajputs, and Goswamis collaborated to create the temples of Vrindavan. So all the details of history from Mughal farmans, Persian documents, architectural records, where was the sandstone, where did you get it from, what architecture, which architects were used, they are all exact. References are given. But within this story, there are some fictitious characters like you and me who are trying to find their material and spiritual identity. So, like Jaiva Dharma, so these characters are moving and meeting with Srinivas Acharya, Jiva Goswami, Todarmal, Raja Man Singh, Akbar. So, this is a full length novel, and the philosophy is from Bhagavatam and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's a dedication to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I'll give a quick summary of the class.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that a culture here?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. The top 3 points, I won't take much time. So you explained what is bhakti and how it is a combination of Hladini and Samvit, and it is a Suddha Sattva Vishesh. And also you talk about Sat Sandarbhas. So what is there are 3 connection with Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana. And in the Sambandha is Tattva Sandarbha and Paramatma Sandarbha, Bhagavat Sandarbha and Krishna Sandarbha. And Abhideya, it is a Bhakti Sandarbha, it's a process. And Priti Sandarbha, which is the Prayojana. And you also explained the Mimamsa, the way of understanding anything. So you have given 6 points how to understand any of the book. So what is the repetition, what is the starting and ending, what is abhyasa, newness, result, and so on. So these are all. So you have emphasized on the Bhakti Sandarbha today, and the first formula is Sammukha. So how to turn towards Krishna. So that if we are Vimukh, then when we away from Krishna, turn away from Krishna, that is where we will develop the fear. So in order to, instead of develop the faith over the fear, we need to make Sammukha. So in various ways, like engaging body, mind, and words, and infusing a loving relationship through the songs, drama, and so on.
Thank you.
So thank you, Prabhu. Thank
Excellent. You get 16,108 points.
Only daughter and father getting all the score.
Acha. Oh, I didn't know that. Amazing.
Hare Krishna devotees, thank you so much for coming tonight. This is an amazing class, and you made it more actually colorful. As Prabhuji is saying, actually these 2 books are written by Prabhuji, Forest of Love and Horizons. I actually read this book, and it was very interesting. Small stories actually. It starts with the Prabhuji's real story actually.
Not real,
I mean,
but some autobiographical
yeah,
element.
some autobiography.
Only
So yeah, these are really amazing. The cost of this book actually to come all the way here is $5 each book, and if you the minimum donation I expect is $5, and if you want to do more for Prabhuji's expenses to travel and learn, that would be great. So you can see me for if you would like to take book, and Prabhuji can sign also. Is that okay, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I'll just write a word.
Okay. Perfect. You can see me if you like to take this
Hare
book.
Krishna. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Prabhuji.
Hare